Classifications of computers. Classifications of computers. Computers are classified into three types. The first one is based on the purpose, and the second one is based on types, and third one is based on price and size, right? Classifications of computers are classified into based on the purpose, based on the types, and based on the price and size. So let us talk about the first one, purpose. Classifications of computers by the purpose with their design. Okay, so the first concept is purpose. So this purpose is completely depends on design. This purpose wise, the computers are two types. One is special purpose computers, special purpose computers, and the second one is general purpose computers. General purpose computers. Okay, so what is the meaning of special purpose computers? Special purpose computers use it to solve special purpose computers, which is comes under purpose classification. Okay, so special purpose computers use it to solve single and dedicated type of problem. Okay, so in this case it is completely efficient and economical. For example, if you go to hotel, like normal hotel, small restaurant, so they are giving billing. It is very cheap, but the special purpose. It is a special purpose computer. Similarly, if you go to RTC bus, the conductor giving the ticket with the help of the machine. Similarly, electricity bill. Okay, and automated aircraft. Okay, and complete traffic enroll system. So these are the basic examples of special purpose of computers. The second one is general purpose computers. From the classifications of computers based on the purpose, the second one is general purpose. The first one is comes under special purpose, second one is comes under general purpose. So coming into the general purpose, computers are very flexible. Okay, computers are very flexible and versatile. So flexible means easy to use, anyone can use. Versatile means a computer used in different kind of areas. Okay, like banking, railways, education. So that is comes under general purpose. So it is going to be used solve variety of problems. Okay, variety of problems, like it is going to be used in accounting. It is going to be used in like railways. It is going to be used in like forecasting, and it is going to be used in editing. So this is comes under general purpose. Computers can be classified based on type as well as processing. Okay, so in this category, computers classified into two types, no, three types. The first one is analog computers. Second one is digital computers. Third one is hybrid computers. Okay, so based on type, based on processing, so it is classified three classifications. One is analog, digital and hybrid. Let us see what is analog. First one, analog computers. Analog computers. So what is analog computer? The exact meaning of analog computer is it is going to be changed with time. For example, you can take it as like bike speedometer. Bike speedometer. So you can observe that some of the bikes contains analog meter. Okay, so this analog meter, the speed is going to be changed based on time. For example, if your accelerator is increases, this is going to be increases. Okay, if accelerator is going to be decreases, it is going to be decreases. Okay, so bike speedometer is the best example for the analog computer. And one more point is analog computers not given exact values. Okay, not giving exact values, and it is giving approximate values. Approximate values. So basically analog computers, it is the signals are like this. Okay, so for example, one more example you can take it as like body temperature, thermometer we are going to use. Okay, so that is nothing but what? Exact, it is not exact signal, it is approximate signal is giving. Okay, so analog computers are used for physical, used to find physical measurements like voltage, okay, like temperature and like speed. So voltage means current. Okay, temperature means body, like thermometer. Voltage like fridge stabilizers, TV stabilizers we used early days. Okay, temperature measurements, as well as speedometers, bike speedometers, car speedometers we used earlier like analog, right? So change with the time is comes under the concept of analog computers. And the second one is digital computers. Digital computers. So digital computers works with zeros and ones. Zeros and ones. Okay, so as we discussed earlier, the example will be like this. The speedometer measurement or speed measurements like 40 kilometers, 40 kmph or 100 kmph or 67 kmph, you can observe your bike speedometer, it is looks like this. Okay, so that is nothing but exact value. It is going to be generate the exact value. That is the major advantage of digital computers. Okay, so it works with zeros and ones. Okay, so based on zeros and ones, that means binary values. Okay, so it can be defined in pictures, symbols and audio files. All are converted into zeros and ones, and after that you are getting the exact value. Okay, so this is the basic information about the digital computers, and it is based on the digital computers we can also classify like special purpose computers and general purpose computers. We already discussed earlier based on the purpose. Okay, next one, hybrid computers. Hybrid computers. So what is hybrid computers? Hybrid computers are nothing but the combination of analog computers and digital computers. The combination of analog computers as well as digital computers, right? For example, you can take it as ECG machine, which is used in hospitals. Okay, so ECG machine generates heart rate in the form of pulse. So pulse is what, like analog signals, plus it is going to be give BP measurements. Okay, so BP measurements in the form of zeros and ones, like 120 by 80, and between this you will get like 72 by 100, like that you are expecting some BP. Okay, so this is comes under digital and this is comes under analog. So this combination is comes under hybrid computers, right? Let us go for the classifications based on the configuration. Computers can be classified based on price, size, capability, or we can also call it as like configuration. Okay, so based on these qualities, computers are broadly classified four types. From that, first one is supercomputers. Second one is mainframe computers. Third one is mini computers, and the fourth one is microcomputers. Okay, so based on price, based on size, based on capability, based on the configuration, so computers are supercomputers, mainframe computers, mini computers and macrocomputers. Let us discuss about supercomputers. The first one is comes under supercomputer. Based on the configuration and price, size, the first one is comes under supercomputer. Supercomputer is most powerful computer. Okay, why we called as most powerful? That means this computer can execute trillions of operations per second. Okay, so that means a supercomputer executes trillions or billions of operations or instructions per second. So this supercomputers measured in the term of flops. Okay, so flops means floating point operations per second. Floating point operations per second. Okay, so in generally supercomputers are going to be executes like teraflops or petaflops. Tera means 10 power 12, peta means 10 power 15. So what I am saying to you, supercomputers are more powerful computers. Okay, more powerful computers, and supercomputers are very large in the size and large memory we can use. Okay, large size in the sense it occupies, there is a big room. Large memory means we can store huge amount of the data. Okay, and coming into the processor side, supercomputers arranged parallelly. That means there are number of parallel processors are available. All parallel processors are doing the job of multi-processing. Okay, so because of this multi-processing, because of this parallel processing, the speed is in the form of maybe petabytes or terabytes. Okay, at present supercomputers are very fast. Okay, very fast, huge amount of data we can store, and it is the biggest and expensive computers, right? Okay, so that means a supercomputer contains thousands of processors to getting speed execution, right? And it is very high capacity and very large computers, and it is used by the very large organizations. The processing of supercomputers is very high speed. Okay, so the processing of supercomputers are very fast because thousands of processors arranged in single computer. Okay, so basically this is going to be used in weather forecasting and nuclear research and other designing process. This supercomputer managed by the some specialized engineers. Okay, the speed of the supercomputer is in the form of flops. Okay, flops means floating operations per second. So that means it generates high speed per second 10 power 15 flops. That is nothing but petaflops. Okay, from Indian side, first supercomputer is Param. Param is first Indian supercomputer, and latest supercomputer from India side is Pratyush, and this Pratyush generates 6.8 petaflops per second. So per second it is going to be calculated 10 power 15 into 6.8 petaflops per second. It is going to be executing such kind of instructions, such kind of big instructions. Okay, see, assume that how much speed it will be. So based on this we are going to calculating weather forecasting nuclear research and other designing aspects. Okay, so India using 11 supercomputers in the world. Okay, as per my knowledge, India is ninth rank of supercomputers. World supercomputer, world super fastest computer is Titan, and the speed of the Titan is 148.6 petaflops. So this Titan computer was developed by US. Before this Titan, Summit is fastest supercomputer from US side. So US is the second topmost country using supercomputers in the world, and it is using 116 supercomputers. For Titan, the world supercomputer is Sunway. Sunway Taihu Light. Okay, it is a China supercomputer before Titan. Okay, so China is one of the popular country, and it is a world first ranking country for the supercomputers. It is generating 219 supercomputers so far. Okay, so China is the first place, 219 computers, and US is the second place, 116 computers. Japan is third place, 29 computers, supercomputers. Next, France is the next place, 19 computers, and the fifth place is UK, 18 computers. So like that, India is ninth place. It is using 11 supercomputers. World first supercomputer is CDC 6600 in the year 1964, and after that it was converted as Carry 1 in the year 1976. Okay, so Carry 1 is the first world supercomputer, but before that the name is CDC 6600. The second category comes under mainframe computers. So based on configuration and price, the second category comes under mainframe computers. So mainframe computers, simply we can call it as super mini computers. Okay, so super mini computers. So that means it going to be stores huge amount of data and very high speed. Okay, so that means it can be performing billions of operations per second. Okay, so it is very expensive, and some organizations are using these computers for the purpose of banking and airlines and railways, etc. Okay, some examples of mainframe computers are IBM 3090, IBM 4381 and IBM Z series. Okay, so these all are comes under mainframe computers. Next one is mini computers. So mini computers is also one type of classification based on configuration. So mini computers are smaller than mainframe computers and bigger than personal computers. Okay, so that means it gives good performance and huge amount of storage of data for organizations, oil factories, okay, and science and technologies. So these are the some applications which is used by the mini computers, and mini computers executes approximately 20 lakh instructions per second. Okay, that means it is 5 times bigger than high configured personal computer. Okay, 5 times bigger than your general PC. Some examples of mini frame computers like HP 2001 series, HP 3000 series, okay, K202. These are the some examples of mini frame computers, right? Next one is microcomputers. Microcomputers, based on the configuration, microcomputers is also one type of computers. Okay, we can also call microcomputers are used in microprocessors. So based on this microprocessors, this is least powerful computers, and these computers are used as like personal computer or laptop computer or notebook computer and palm top computer. Sometimes these computers is also act as a workstation computers. Okay, workstation computers. It takes least power and it can be used for the general purpose, right? So some computers, your laptops, your PCs, okay, everything is comes under this category. The cost is also not bigger than like mini computers or mainframe computers. It is a like cheapest computers which is used in homes, offices, and some kind of small shops, etc.